You won't let me mute ahead of time.
Yeah, so we are, I think we're live right now. Maybe. Possibly. So, hello everyone. Welcome to a new edition of Awkward Conversations with Geeky Writers. I'm Todd Keisling, and joining me tonight are my usual ensemble of characters. We have Mercedes M. Yardley.
Hello.
We
I'm
have
awkward.
ERYK PRUITT.
Hi, D, y'all.
We have Anthony J. Rapino.
Hey, everybody.
Was that
And-
Hillary Clinton shimmy that I just saw?
Is that the Hillary
It was.
Clinton shimmy?
It was that I prepared really hard for that.
that fun mom energy?
This is October 3.0. And as you can see, I'm dressed up as an Anthony J. Rapino fanboy. I'm not sure what Mr. Rapino himself is supposed to be.
A demented author.
I wish
I'm
I
a
had an
fan.
answer for you.
I'm a fan of the Mission Creeps, and you gotta check them out because their brand new album, Fright Night Creep Out, just came out just in time for October Halloween.
Man, 2 minutes in, we're already beset with plugs. That's awesome.
I'm just dressed, and that's what we're going for today.
Distressed. Okay.
It's called Baby Steps, Mercedes. Good job.
Right.
Oh.
Thank you.
We may have some technical difficulties. Apparently, Robert Walters is saying that there's no video.
I don't see any video.
The hell? Oh, that's my fault. My fault. My fault. Sorry.
Of course, it's your fault.
Sorry. I forgot to click away. My bad. It's been a while, guys. Sorry. You should have video now. Sorry. So you guys want to do the introductions again with Tony doing the shimmy? Tony, do the shimmy.
I never want to see that
Do you
again.
guys want to see the shimmy?
Do the shimmy.
You guys
Do
want
the
to see the shimmy?
Tell me about the shimmy. Do the shimmy.
Now, I have a question though. Were they able to hear us? And just
Yeah, they
not
were
see
able to hear us. They just couldn't see us.
us? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
but I bet
no,
they
no
imagined.
shimmy then.
I
Yeah.
bet they
Their
imagined.
imagination is a lot better.
Can you do the shimmy? Do the shimmy.
Got the shimmy. Come on. Come on.
Oh, that's going in a highlight reel later.
Yeah, Todd,
Wait, we have highlights.
Todd, let me know if my audio causes echoes at any point. I was trying to do the earbud thing, but I can't hear myself talk with these because they're like noise canceling or something. That's really freaking me out. So I'll put them in if I have to, but just let me know.
There you go again. Looking for the
There
results.
you go again. There you go again. There you go again. There we go again.
We were getting an echo.
We were getting an
Oh,
echo.
really? Are you fucking with me?
No, we really were getting an echo.
We really were
Like
getting
one-
an echo.
Do I have to put them back in, Todd?
Trust me, Tony. No, you're good.
Tony,
You're
put it back in. Put it back in.
Put them all the way in, Tony.
Okay, here we go. Yes.
The fucking
This is
teabag.
so dirty.
Well, you keep on teabagging, Tony. Thank you for that.
Good.
You're welcome. I
Take
tried.
my
I tried.
hand out.
We just broke another cherry here on Geeky Writers. There's teabagging.
Oh Lord.
So
this is a great time for me to point out that my dad is coming soon, and he drove 7 hours, and was supposed to be here later tonight, but he's here. He's gonna be here in about half an hour. So I'm just going to up and bolt when my daddy rings the doorbell because I love him. So just for those that if
So
I
a
scamper away,
cameo.
that's why. Yeah, that's right.
Cameo.
I'll try and
It's-
come back because he usually comes and he's gonna take Nico to the hotel to go play and circus and stuff like that. So I might come back, but
I
Just
hope
so
you
you
come
know.
back. What would be really cool is if you brought your dad onto the show so we could all say hi, Dad.
Yeah, it's sweeps week. I'd love to see who's playing your dad this week.
Oh boy. hmm
God
Yeah.
damn. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's not such a good idea, Mercedes.
Yeah, maybe it's really not. Plus, he's cranky after like 7 hours in the car. He'll be like, "I'm not taking any of this crap." Like, you guys would all you'd be murdered.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I don't know. You know what? That when I think about that, that might not be a bad idea. Dad, just these are them, Dad. Tony teabagged. Just take him out.
Oh God. Oh.
He'd be like, "Good for you, Tony."
Wow.
What are you wowing over there, Todd? Come on, fill us in. What's going on?
I'm just wowing at you guys. I'm listening. I'm listening and monitoring chat. I'm monitoring Facebook because, you know, somebody has to do that shit. So
Aw,
yeah.
it's so hard
Aw.
to be you.
It is hard to be me.
But
You seen how tall I am?
I'm looking at Facebook. Yes, I do. I know how tall you are.
Yes.
Freakishly tall, I think is the word we've used before.
Freakishly tall is a good one. So, folks, it has been quite a while since we did one of these. I think the last time we did a Geeky Writers Hangout was at the beginning of June for the end of Tony's Kickstarter campaign, which has since concluded successfully. In that time...
Nice.
Yay! In that
Whatever.
time, a lot of stuff has happened for all of us, actually. So, I guess we could kind of recap what happened over the summer for each of us, maybe?
Ooh, what happened on summer vacation?
What happened on summer vacation, Tony?
Oh, I'm so in on this. Come on, let's go.
So, I guess I could start. Well, we did the Kickstarter for Greetings from Moonhill, which has come and gone. Books are in the hands of people, and we still have
They're
copies for
gorgeous.
sale, folks, on the Precipice Bookstore Envy shop. This is the slipcase edition. The hardcover, we have 13 of these left. Excuse me, 12 of these left. My bad. And they're pretty nice. So $35 plus shipping, and they can be yours. We also have an
They're
ebook.
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Just so gorgeous. Like showing the okay, here's my favorite part. Okay, the cover is amazing, right? I have one, it's all pretty. My favorite part is the inside of the flap and like the gradation of color that goes down. Just absolutely beautiful. So I have
Thank you.
one.
But on top of that, I
Wait,
also
there's more.
there's more. I also signed a 2-book deal with Crystal Lake Publishing. So,
Woo!
yay!
Kermit flail.
Yay!
Wow, I'll see that in my dreams.
So, that's it for me. Mercedes, you're next down the line. What's going on with you? What happened?
You want a stoker?
Yeah, that was in May though. That doesn't count. We talked
Oh,
we
man,
talked
you
about
still-
that last.
You still have 5 years to go talking about that. That's a
I
big
still
deal.
won the Stoker. Thank you for
Mhm.
that.
Mhm. That's like a dude in his first threesome. You know, you talk about it for like a year and a half.
It's most people they're telling me things that happened 20 years ago, and it's just as bad a visual image having my boss talk about that as you would think. So I met Todd this summer.
You did.
And that was really awesome. So I went out to Patrick Freevold has he calls it the Frog Point retreat, where he has like a tiny handful of people that can come stay at his house. And I fell in love with his cats and took lots of pictures of cats while I was there. But I did some writing while I was there too. And I learned how to do some beekeeping. So I got to get in a beekeeper suit and go and see the I can't remember what he calls them. The pulls the honey, and they have a name, whatever. I got to go see that, and that was awesome. And then I met up with Todd and Amelia and Nikki and at Nikon, and he is freakishly tall, but he's not as freakishly tall as I thought Todd was really going to be. Because I keep forgetting that he's tall, because I guess I always see him sitting. So my brother's 6'8", so Todd was just kind of like, "Oh, okay, you're fine. You're cute. That's good." But I did just have a book come out on about 2 weeks ago called Detritus and Love. It was co-written by John Bowden and I. John and I worked together at Shock Totem magazine, and it's awesome. It's a really dark love story sort of thing, kind of friendship story thing. It's very short. It's about, you can read it in about an hour or so. It's a one-shot read. Just really happy about it. And it's called Detritus in Love, and you can find it on Amazon. I've not been as up to par as I would like to be, so I haven't been promoting it like I would like to. I've been kind of taking a little social media sabbatical with the elections and everything going on, so I really should get out there and promote it more. But Detritus in Love, please pick it up. It's ebook and paperback, and it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
I've read it.
My favorite collaboration.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you read it.
I did read it, and I'm gonna read it again before I do the blurb thing. So.
Like, she made me read it.
She made me read it. She sent it to me, and she's like, if you don't read this, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Keisling. We're done.
And he's like, okay.
Okay, don't kill me, please. Don't.
I want to live. So that's what happened. I feel like there was something else. Was there?
Was there something else?
Meeting you and putting a book out. That's pretty much it, right? That's all I did. Since May.
Well, no, you have been working pretty much all summer on stuff, like various things.
Yeah.
You've also got the second Nameless, or second Bone Angel trilogy, or Bone Angel book in the trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been working a lot, so summer just passed me by. Oh, I have a cat. That's what it was.
She's got a cat, everybody.
He's so excited. Oh yeah, I put a book out, but I have a cat. Okay, so this is my favorite thing, and we have this. My husband's very allergic to cats, so we haven't been able to have one in the 16 years that we've been married. And this starving, gray, flea-ridden cat started coming by outside, and I started feeding him and stuff. And he's pretty much mine, but we can't let him in the house. So he's here like 96% of the time now. He's outside right now. He meows. Luke, my husband, said the best thing to me the other day. He said, "You turned this stray cat into a food snob." And I was like, you could not say anything nicer. That made me really happy. So we have a kind of unofficial cat that lives outside, and I love him so much. So if you go on my Facebook page, that's pretty much all you'll see are pictures of this cat, because I'm lame.
What did you name him?
Okay, that's it. The girls named him Marshmallow, Marsh. So they call him Marsh the cat, but we call him Mr. E, and Mystery Cat, and Hey You, and Baby Boy, and whatever. He responds to anything. And he used to be so afraid of people. He was so afraid. And now he'll just flip over on his back and just splay out and let you rub his tummy, and he's beautiful.
Nice.
I said cat. Someone's responding.
Cat. Eric?
Yes, sir.
What were you up to this summer, sir?
That's so creepy, Todd.
Writing, gardening, etc. I got a book. I just got my book is gonna be published by Polish Books in October 2017. Working title The Jack Off, but we're renegotiating that, and I'm excited too. I've got 2 short stories available right now. One in a collection called Mama Tried, which is based on, it's crime fiction inspired by outlaw country music, edited by James R. Tuck. My story is based on Johnny Paycheck's I'm the Only Hell My Mom Ever Raised. And then an 80s anthology, crime and fiction inspired by the 80s, neon noir, fast women, and neon lights, edited by Michael Poole. I've got a thing in there coming out. That starts on November 1st. So I'll put up a link in there. There's a pre-order available now where you can get it for 99 cents on your Kindle. It's going to be like $3.99, $4.99 in the future. So Yeah, hook it up now. That's gonna be great. Pre-production for a film we're gonna do called Going Down Slow. That's coming out. Just recently, I got a horror story. Oh yeah, it's called Let Me
Nice.
Can't Moan. That's narrated by ERYK PRUITT on Word Crimes, which is a podcast. Get on that if you can. And then speaking of podcasts, my own, we just did an episode about series in crime fiction. The next one's called Texas AF, as in Texas as fuck, because it's gonna have fellow Texans Gabino Iglesias, Mike McCrary, and Michael Poole on there with me. So we're gonna be talking about Texas in crime fiction. Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that 80s
Wow, you're busy.
80s anthology looks pretty cool.
Oh, and I bartend too. So.
And he takes
I'm
a
all
drink.
like, I got a cat, and Eric's like, I have this. He unrolls his scroll.
Well, if you guys have half an hour to kill, I'll go down my my list of achievements over the last 6 months. And speaking of achievements, Mr. Rapino.
Yeah, before we get to me, I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know if Eric wants to talk about it now or after, but I want to ask you about the film. And are you directing and you wrote it, or are you just directing, or?
Yeah, I wrote it. I wrote it. I'm gonna direct it. We're in the period now where we're putting everything together. It all takes place at night, so we're kind of working around the schedule of our light guy, and he's a pro light guy. So it's gonna be great. I have two really, really great actors, Hannah Brown and Michael Howard. I've got a great editor, Meredith Salzi, who made that film Keepsake that I wrote. Great cameraman, Alex Manus. So that's basically what I'm down to. What directing is, you just put a whole bunch of smart people around you so that they make you look good. Because what the fuck, I know how to write. That's all I know how to fucking do. Write and try to raise money. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to raise the money for it. Writing for grants, asking people, please. Anybody wants to throw me some cash, dude, please do so. But yeah, we're hoping to film it in the beginning of December. It's gonna be great. It's called Going Down Slow. I'll show you. I'll put up on the little Facebook page our one sheet for it. It's a great poster. It's great. Everything's huge. Great.
Great.
Great. That's great.
Really great.
Is it huge?
You directed one other thing before, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Two, technically. I did a little shorty called LIYANA on Command, which is a lot of fun. And then I did a bigger project called the Hoodoo of Sweet Mama Rosa,
Okay,
which we did that Indiegogo campaign for. Everybody was really kind of slapped down some cash. That was great. So it's not I like writing the most, but it's fun to get out from behind the computer and go play with other people and check out watch them do the thing that they do well. So that's really the fun part about it. But yes, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with that, because I enjoyed what I saw of what you've done before, and all your collaborations with Chris Moore are really cool too.
Yeah, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna. It's a really dark thing. Our little one-line deal about it is a young married couple facing a crisis in their relationship must put aside their differences and band together to bury a body. So, our fun comedy for the whole family. It's gonna be great.
I really like the sound of that, and you keep me posted on that, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you all.
That's
Thank you all very much.
intriguing. Like, I wonder if I asked my husband, who's very, very straight-laced, if I was like, babe, we need to bury a body. I wonder what how he would react to that. That's a really interesting concept. Because some people would roll with it, and some would be like,
I know how mine would. My wife, she's a go-getter. She would look at me dead in the eye and say, "Another one?"
she's like, it's already done. I did it while you were eating lunch.
Really? Another one?
Like, I've helped you bury the last 3. You're on your own this time.
Running out of room in the backyard.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Do y'all know
Under
where
Todd's
you would
patio.
Do
Under
y'all
my
know where you
patio.
would bury a body, like in your local community? Have you thought about it? Like, it happens to me. I'll be going down the road and I'll be like, dude, totally. No one would ever find anybody there. Like, for instance, and I know I'm outing myself on like the internet and it'll never go away, but like, we've got a quarry down the road. It's 70 feet deep. In the last 10 feet of it, there's nothing but like loose dirt and silt, you know? So if it goes down there, it doesn't come out. Like, I think there's been like 2 kids that have drowned in it. They don't get them out. They're gone. You know what I mean? They're fucking gone.
Yeah.
See, that's awesome, because everybody talks about like how you bury bury bodies in the Nevada desert, but it's so rocky here. We don't have basements because it's too rocky. So like, to actually bury a body here, you don't really do that. You just kind of leave it on top. You can't dig down far enough to really do that. It's really difficult.
You just take it out to the desert and leave it there instead of burying it?
Yeah, you like throw, some crap on top of it basically, but they're all,
like lime.
They talk about all these things like, well, they find these bodies and they're just buried in super shallow graves because people just don't anticipate the work involved. Lazy. Do your research.
Yeah, I've taken comfort myself personally that I know that my grave will more than likely be shallow.
Yeah, I know where I'm going to be buried. I know the cemetery I'm going to be buried in, and it's nice and kind of spongy and dark, and that will work. They can put me 6 feet down there. Here.
I think I'll stick with cremation and have my ashes scattered somewhere. Like,
you're acting like you think you have a choice.
I want them scattered in each of your backyards if I happen to, go before the rest of you.
I want to make you into a corpse diamond.
Yes.
Corpse diamond.
Before we can talk about
More
me
than likely,
becoming a
what's gonna
corpse
be done
diamond,
is your fingers are going to be cut off to prevent the prints, and they're going to take out your teeth so that no one can identify you.
Now you're just making me sad because I cut the tip of my finger almost off today, or the
Tony.
other day. So.
Tony.
Yeah.
What have you been doing all summer?
Well, just to contribute to the last conversation, because I mean, I'd just be happy if my body feeds a few stray animals and crows and stuff, because the alternative is probably getting dumped in someone's septic tank, which, I mean, if I have a choice between the two, I'd like to feed some animals, but I don't know. This summer, everyone, I've been talking everyone's ear off about it. And you covered a lot of that, but working on all the sculptures and all the Moonhill perks for the Kickstarter took up most of my summer. Nearing the end of the summer, I started working on the Halloween sale stuff, which was, the trick-or-treat lollipops and the glow-in-the-dark magnets and all that fun stuff. That happens, that sale is over. Now we're, talking a little about the ebook, trying to get that out into the universe a little bit, so anyone who missed out on the Kickstarter hopefully can check out the ebook of Greetings from Moonhill. And I'm trying really hard at the moment to kind of transition back into some writing. I haven't written anything substantial in a really long time. There's this anthology I would love to submit to, so trying to get myself back to that point. I finally just finished all the grading I needed to do for school, all the shipping I had to do for my sale. I kind of have some, some time where I can maybe start writing, so I would like to do that. That's everything, I think. Not meet you, but I got to see you and Erica for a weekend.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That's where you got that nifty poster right there over your left shoulder.
I purposely positioned the map and the poster there, yeah.
Nice.
Even though my head covers it most of the time. Nice.
Vatina Mulgard in the chat says she still needs to get a Moonhill t-shirt. Vatina, the link that I posted on the Facebook event page for the Precipice Books Store Envy shop, we do have some remaining quantities of t-shirts left. We only have sizes large and XL. That's all we have left, but we do have some there, and I think they're $18 plus shipping, something like that. But yeah, we do have t-shirts left, so that's all I have to say about that. Oh, there is one more thing I wanted to say, actually. I just want to show off the sculpture that Tony made for the campaign for Moonhill. Look at this thing. I'll try to not get too close to the camera so it doesn't get blurry, but this is the pumpkin god idol that he sculpted for this thing, and you can kind of see some of the detail on this. He really outdid himself with this thing, folks. It looks incredible in person. It stands about what, 6 inches tall, something like that.
Yeah, I think when I measured it, it was something around 6 inches.
And we also have the plaque that he sculpted. You can kind of see these are two important characters from the Reality Engineers novella, which is included in the Moonhill hardcover. Creepy little Lovecraftian creatures there. So that's one of his sculptures that we did for the Kickstarter campaign. It looks like Mercedes had to go because her dad just showed up. So
Already?
Already. Yeah, you're stuck with us, Eric. I'm sorry.
You looked really serious there for a second, Eric. You're like, oh my fucking god.
What are we gonna talk about? All right then. Well, if that's the case,
Oh
let's
man.
put on our party britches.
I'm not wearing any party britches. Oh man. Oh, that's just great.
So when's the part where people ask us the questions?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions for us tonight, feel free to post them on the Facebook event page or in chat, and we will try our best to get to them. Speaking of questions, Tony.
Yes.
Mr. Rapino.
Yes.
You were supposed to, seeing him in chat just made me think about this. You were supposed to contact a certain Mr. Fox about doing a Q&A.
Results, motherfucker.
It's on camera now, bitch.
Oh, no.
Results, motherfucker.
Oh,
Results, Tony.
Those damn results. Ah.
Tony.
Yeah, you know.
Tony, I drew you a map for the results. They're right here. Can you find the results, Tony? Follow the map to the results.
That looks like a mile or more. I don't know. What scale is that?
It's 1 to 1.
1 to 1. Damn it. Yeah, Jeff. I never did email about that Q&A. I guess there you go. Hey, look. You see what happened though, Todd? You see what you just taught me a lesson. You taught me that if I put something off long enough, it'll get done for me.
Yeah,
Hey.
See, you're the one who still has
Come
to
on,
email.
grasshopper. That ain't what he taught you.
Oh god.
Wow.
I learned
Wow.
all the wrong lessons.
All right,
Man.
let's do. Come on, Z-Dubs is on it.
Z-Dubs is on
Todd,
it.
what's next for Precipice Books?
And what's
Oh.
next for Todd Keisling?
Oh God, what is
That's
next for
Z-Dubs.
Precipice? What is next for Precipice Books? I am hoping to acquire a book in the near future. I can't really say more than that because I'm not the only one vying for it, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that will be the next release. If not, I have some other folks in mind. Kind of move on down the list. But what's next for Todd Keisling? As I mentioned, I think probably before you showed up, I did sign a 2-book deal with Crystal Lake Publishing. So what that entails, they picked up the paperback and ebook rights to the Ugly Little Things series. They're going to be re-releasing Ugly Little Things Volume 1 and also going to be publishing Ugly Little Things Volume 2. I also have a story that I wrote back over the summer that I thought was going to be a story in Ugly Little Things Volume 2 that kind of expanded into a novella, and I am waiting on edits back on that from Amelia, who is in chat right now. And once I get edits back, I'm going to be shopping that to Crystal Lake first. And if they decide to pass, then I'm going to be shopping that around. It is a novella that I'm pretty damn proud of, and I think you're going to love it. It's a it's a King in Yellow story. If you guys are familiar with the Chambers story collection, the King in Yellow.
Detective 1.
What?
True Detective 1.
Yeah. About a rock band, about a progressive rock band. Tony has read it. Mercedes has read it. Amelia is reading it. So far, Nikki has read it as well. My wife has read it, and feedback on it has been extremely positive. My wife, Erica, said that out of all of my stuff, including the monochrome books and everything, this one is her favorite, which speaks volumes for her. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm busy with. I'm trying to get second volume of Ugly Little Things stories done by my January deadline, and we will also be doing a hardcover edition of the second volume through Precipice Books, similar to the first volume as well. So I hope that answers your question.
Excellent.
There's another question in the chat about from Robert Walters. Says, how do you feel about including current events in your work?
That's a good one.
Oh man, you guys want to take that?
I mean, I can start. I don't want to be the only one talking to. But currently, you know, hey, on November, this kind of leads into on November the 6th, I've got a reading in New York City and Manhattan. If anybody's out there, it's the Shade Bar. It's noir at the bar, but it's Trump-inspired crime fiction. So you can make Donald Trump the hero, the villain. You can make him, you can act. You can do whatever you want with him, but it's Trump-inspired crime fiction. And it's great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be huge. I've attended a lot of other events. They're great. Let me tell you, believe me, this one's gonna be one of the biggest events anywhere ever. You can ask anybody. But one of the things that you kind of know writing it is that I'm basically dating the work. 5 years from now, hopefully, well, let's not go there. But there's a good chance that nobody's gonna even know who Donald Trump is. You know what I mean? 5 years from now. So the work is what it is. It's like a recent Nobel winner, Bob Dylan. He sang a lot of songs that would have to do with Norman Jefferson Rockwell, not the painter, but it apparently was this old Donald Trump style figure back in the 60s that ran on racist platforms, and John Birch Society guys went really nuts for him. I'd have never known who he was without looking it up. But apparently he was a big deal back in the 60s. That's kind of how I feel about it these days, that you allow like a little window into our time for later, but at the same time you kind of date your work if you're talking about politics or if you're talking about some current piece of pop culture that's not going to last beyond the next 3 or 4 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's basically like all I was gonna have to say on the subject. I can't remember if it was you, Todd, or someone else editing something of mine, but there was something in one of my stories that referenced some event or current technology or something, and you or whoever it was said that it dates the work. Maybe rethink it. I can't remember exactly what it was. But...
That sounds like something Amelia would have called out that I would have said, let it pass.
Okay. I don't remember the details about it, but I do know that I generally, unless it's meant to be a particular period, and if you want to think of it as a period piece or whatever, I try to avoid anything that dates the story too much. I haven't really used current events per se in most of my stories, so it hasn't been a problem. I always kind of go back to English lit a little bit too when you're reading old stories and stuff, and they do the whole illusion thing. where they allude to other events or other works that are it's supposed to enrich the thematic contributions of their work. That's, you know, if you're gonna have a reason to do it, that would be a good one.
Well, you know, yeah, you look at like Dante's Inferno, and while he was bagging on some people, like, you know, there's a satirical piece talking about people that were in hell, and while he was bagging on people the whole time, there, you know, there may be people that we recognize like Borgias, or, you know, popes, or people that, you know, Judas Iscariot, people that have lasted through times, but a lot of those
Brutus,
people that he's talking about
Cassius.
in hell
Yeah.
were like people that were in his little town that were just shitheads in his town. And none of the history's lost their names, but still, you know, a Google search, you know, it's like listen to old Eartha Kitt song. She talks about the man who cries, talks about Johnny Ray. I have no idea who the fuck Johnny Ray was, you know, if it wasn't for Eartha Kitt or even Bob Dylan singing about this guy who apparently was this old music act. Y'all know who he is? Y'all ever heard of Johnny Ray?
No.
No.
He's like this old music act, and his thing was to get up on stage and about partway through just become so overcome with emotion that he'd just start crying and breaking down. And people would pay money to go to these shows to watch this guy sing a song and just break down and start crying halfway through. That it got to be a shtick, and it got to be this act he was in, and it was the rage for a little while. But of course, it doesn't last very long. It's a fad, and it goes away. But still, it lasted long enough for Dylan and Eartha Kitt to sing about Johnny Ray in these songs. So that's kind of interesting to me, to Google some of these people in Dylan songs or Dante's book or whatever, to find out these little people that were apparently big time at the time. Just goes to show you don't know what's going to be important, what's going to be a passing fad, and what's not. You know, what's going to last. But still, it's cool to look up some of this obscure things.
I have to share a comment from chat by our friend Jeff Fox. Story idea. Trump loses his fortune and turns to moonshining. Working title, Pussy Liquor.
Oh, that's excellent.
Nice.
I'd grab me some of that pussy liquor, dude. That's good.
You're just going to reach out and grab it and just, you know, not wait for consent. You're just going to grab it.
Just grab it.
Just going to grab it. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, while you're at the store, will you grab me some?
Going to be a lot of Trump jokes tonight, folks. Sorry. Oh, man. Okay.
That guy, he's funny.
That guy. That fucking guy. Oh, Z-Dubs posted a photo of Greetings from Moon Hill. Tony, did you see that?
Was that on Facebook?
Yeah.
I haven't been on Facebook. I've been looking at the chat mostly.
Okay. Well, it's there whenever you get a...
refresh it.
It's...
Results,
good luck finding it. It's where the results are.
I am not results oriented. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought you worked in the private sector.
Welcome to the sausage party.
Wow.
So what are you guys up to?
So, I'm thinking I kind of need more alcohol for this.
More alcohol? You've been drinking, Todd?
I have. I've been drinking green apple ale.
Green apple ale, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Red's green
What's
apple
that?
ale.
That doesn't sound good. What's it? Does it taste like apples?
Yeah, it's just like the, you know, like Angry Orchard, but the Red's brand, you know?
Oh, so it's like a hard cider?
Yeah, it's like a hard cider, but it's green apple instead of regular apple.
Oh.
Well, I kind of want to throw something out here that you would assume that a green apple isn't a regular apple. I mean, it's kind of the problem. That's kind of the problem with red apple privilege, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. You know, all apples matter.
Thank you for that political insight, ERYK PRUITT.
Just saying.
All right. While you guys wax political, I'm gonna step away and get something else to drink. I'll be right back. So keep it civil, guys.
Goodbye.
I'm kind of afraid. Can I trust you two? You're not gonna burn the broadcast down, are you?
Oh yeah.
We're okay.
Okay.
You're good.
We're fine, Todd.
Adios.
No parties while the parents are gone. I
I
understand.
feel like this is This is gonna be a huge fucking mistake.
You hurry up and go get it. The quicker you go get it, the quicker you come back.
Your green apple ale is waiting for you, Todd.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Rapino? Fuck yourself in your big dumb face.
Oh God, help us all. I'm getting rid
So
of.
fuck that guy. So yeah, for real. While he's gone, anybody got any questions? You know, we'll be happy to answer them. We'll be happy to answer them for Todd. So so please, and in case you need to, hey, welcome to Geeky Writer. My name is Todd. So guess what? I'm moderating now. Guess what? We're back. It's Geeky Writer. I'm Todd. So yeah, go ahead. Ask us some questions.
That was like spot on, dude.
Hey, Rapino, we need the results, Rapino.
I honestly, for a second, I was like, where did ERYK go?
Yeah. Turn off the visuals, and you're gonna see it.
I could picture it. I don't. Oh. Amelia said Todd loves those sorority girl drinks. I agree.
Yeah, he does.
He does like.
Yeah, he does. Get him a Cosmer.
Oh,
Todd steps out. Rebecca De Mornay steps in to start brothel. Hell yes. I'm gonna slide across the floor of my tidy whities. If you didn't get that reference, ask your parents.
All right, so I don't see any questions in the. Oh wait, there's a question. Oh, that's not a real question. It just says, Todd, if I told you you have a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Oh yeah, Bob, I'd hold it against you.
That's like exactly what Todd would have said. You're blowing my mind right now.
Let's ask him when he gets back. Hey, would you hold your body against Bob Walters if he asked you to? We probably, yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So this is what, by the way, this is, in case you guys were curious, if you were wondering, hey, what would the Geeky Writer Group be like without Todd and Mercedes? This is your answer. This is your answer. So, God bless us all.
It's a pretty piss poor answer too, if you're asking me.
No. You know what? I think it needs. Now that they're gone, if you guys want, I can read Henry Miller again. I'd be happy to. Oh, here it comes. Quick, everybody. Shh. What's up, Todd?
Hey.
Hey,
what's up?
Hi.
Hey.
How you doing? You okay, man?
Robert Walters says, Todd, if I told you you have a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
What do you say to that?
No, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Why would I do that?
That was pretty close. It was pretty close to what the real Todd would say. This is obviously a Todd imposter.
Real question. I don't know who this is for, but Fuzzy Lumpkin asks, "You gonna do another Kickstarter, dude?"
Which one? I think all three of us have done them.
Yeah, like that's. Oh, you can put
we
links.
actually had this conversation. We had this conversation offline before we started this thing. You know, and so maybe folks could help us weigh in because it is a really serious question. I'm going through it right now. You know, I want to fund this film and pay actors and pay everybody. You know, but it's expensive, and I'm a bartender for fuck's sake. So like, you know, I'm writing for some grants, but like I've done 2 Kickstarters before to finance films. You know, at some point I just feel like, you know, baby's supposed to leave the nest and like you know, pay for his own goddamn films. But yeah, I just don't have fucking cash. cash laying around. So I mean, that's a big thing. I'm like, well, do you do another Kickstarter? Do you go back to the office and ask everybody to chum in some cash for your project, or are you supposed to, or am I supposed to grow up? So I don't know. You guys can weigh in on this. But remember, your answer will probably result in some links coming to you in the future. There you go.
I don't know. Like I said in chat earlier today, I think that if a multi-million-dollar corporation can start its own Kickstarter to fund a project that it clearly has money to pay for on its own, then why wouldn't you, raise, $4 or $5 grand to do a little film project, you want to do? Even if you've done it before, who gives a shit? Why not? If people don't want to back it, then they're not going to back it. It's what it boils down to. So
I see. Yeah, I know where he's coming from. Like that feeling of just and we know it's not begging for money. Because we've done it, and we know that we give. When we have a pledge level, we set it with the proper rewards in place so that everyone's getting their money's worth and all that. So we know it's not really begging for money, but it still feels that way sometimes. So I get where you're coming from. We don't want to feel like you're just begging people to give you money. But at the same time, I'm with Todd. I say go for it. I mean, I want to see this movie get made if it helps it get made quicker to crowdfund and gives you a better budget to work with and lets you do things that maybe you couldn't do without it. I say go for it.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I say go for it. I mean, it's not like you're taking the money and the people who are giving you the money are not getting something back. It's not like they're just throwing money at you and then that's it. It's not like a GoFundMe, like you're, trying to raise money for a, medical procedure. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But people are, in that instance, people are donating money and they're not going to get something back from that other than the satisfaction of having helped someone out. And the nature of a crowdfunding campaign is that you're pitching in, and it's a sense that you're kind of investing in the project. They don't like to use the term investment because it carries with it legal and tax implications, but you're essentially investing in a project and you're getting a piece of it back in return. The project that you've invested in, and that's the whole purpose of crowdfunding, or that's how I've always approached it. So if you need the money to do this project, then I say go for it. I'll throw in a couple of bucks. I always do.
Yes, true that. Yeah. These are the questions we're all going over as we're putting together this film. But yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the comments in the chat right now, people are saying, I'd rather support a Kickstarter than have something not come into being because someone can't fund it. I've backed a couple of graphic novels that didn't need any of that money. And another person said, Angel Otter said, it gives people a personal connection to that project. And I think that's a huge, I think, just speaking from our own experience with Moon Hill, that's a huge thing when people have that connection to it. I think that if people hadn't had that connection with Moon Hill and the whole Halloween angle that it draws from, I think that it would not have been as successful as it was. So, that's another thing to consider.
Nice. Yeah. No, thank y'all very much. It's just been a hard thing, like wondering, like, at some point, you're just supposed to quit asking everybody to help fund your shit. But no, I appreciate this. Appreciate that very much.
Fuzzy Lumpkin said, whoever
Priscilla. Thank you.
Fuzzy Lumpkin said, I just love that name, Fuzzy Lumpkin.
Mm-hmm. Let's all say it. Fuzzy Lumpkin.
Fuzzy Lumpkin. Fuzzy Lumpkin.
You earned it.
And thank you so much for your insight today, Fuzzy Lumpkin. To pay you back, I am going to name a sex act after you.
Thank you. Just gonna give him the old fuzzy lumpkin, if you know what I'm saying. Am I right, guys? Huh?
My
Huh?
wife thinks you, Fuzzy. My wife thinks you.
The old fuzzy lump.
Oh,
That's,
no.
It's Calico Jack, by the way.
Oh, that's Calico Jack? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, he gets a name like Calico Jack and a name like Fuzzy Lumpkin? What?
Right.
Seriously?
Like, was he just gonna hog all the cool names?
Well, he's Calico Jack / Fuzzy Lumpkin said actually whoever decided to have Box of Dread put in the postcards. That's how I heard about the Kickstarter. That was all Tony, actually. That was all Tony.
Was it? I don't even remember that. Was it during that week with the pills and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was that
Right.
time we you know, the acid was involved.
Mm.
It was on the
Okay.
little pumpkin shaped tabs. Yeah. No, that was the I think we talked about that when Erica and I drove up to Stroudsburg to get photographs and also to shoot the trailer for the campaign. Wasn't it?
I honestly don't remember, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that was something that actually worked or helped, or I remember we talked about early on when we were getting those postcards made, and we were hoping that would be a big push for us. I think they went out like the last week of the campaign, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like our last big sort of promotion for it. And,
Yeah, we got
Durham.
really lucky with the timing of those. And it was just... You had contacts with the guy at Box of Dread because you had done unboxing videos and stuff in the past. And he was nice enough to, help us out there.
Yeah, that's John Condit from Box of Dread, who is just hugely supportive. I mean,
Does everybody involved know what Box of Dread is? Does everybody on TV, on the little TV computer screen, know what the Box of Dread is?
that's a good point.
That's a good
Maybe
point.
not. So, Box
Just in
of
case.
Dread. Yeah, no, it's a good point. Box of Dread is a monthly horror mystery subscription box that is run through dreadcentral.com. You can find them online. Just do a quick search, boxofdread.com, I believe it is, or just search Box of Dread. It's pretty cheap. I think it comes to about $20 a month after shipping, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the John Condit, the head guy there, he is, like I said, hugely supportive. He helped us out with the cards in the boxes, and he donated to the project, and he had an article written for the site, and I mean, he was just a stand-up dude with all that stuff. It was really super nice of him.
Yeah, it was really cool of John to do that. And it helped us out quite a bit, I think, especially with getting the press release put up on the on Dread Central's site. That was a huge moment for us, especially that first week. Because that's the scary thing about going into a crowdfunding thing like this is you're kind of like, well, what if nobody supports this thing? Like, what if we get like $20? So
that's why usually you gotta know somebody that's gonna pick you. Well, I know with like Kickstarter where there's a it's all or nothing. You gotta know somebody that's gonna help you. If you run like $20 short, somebody's gonna chum in $20. Yeah, no, that Kickstarter, that takes balls.
I gotta ask, Eric, was that a little seltzer bottle that you were using there?
Oh yeah. It's great. It's good for the environment, I think.
It's the kind that you put the little CO2 charge thing in it?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I've been wanting to get one of those.
Yeah, they're pretty handy because you can go through bottles of soda at the grocery store, or they get flat because you're putting more vodka in your soda, than you are soda. But no, they're great to have. Hey, I got a question, and it's for you guys, and then also everybody in the conversation, in the chat room. This would be great because I'd really like to hear what everybody thinks. So like the clown thing, this going around. Like at first you're like, hey, this is pretty funny, but I think I actually predicted this. You know, back when I heard, I believe it was the Insane Clown Posse's 4th album, I was like, holy shit, man. I was tripping really hard, but like I was like, oh man, you know, clowns are gonna fucking one day they're gonna take over the earth. It took about 10 years, 15 years, but I mean, like, does anybody have a take on this? Are people supposed to? We love horror. It's Halloween. It's October. You know, are you pro or are you anti? Like, it finally got Ronald McDonald the fuck out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, it put him on the back burner. So is it a movement? Is it something we should worry about? Is it just a prank? Is it hoax? What? Do you guys want to weigh in on this? Since we're talking about shit?
You know, it's been kind of, in all seriousness, it's been really funny to see the clown phenomenon spread across the country, because a lot of the, well, not necessarily a lot of the news articles, but some of them have been from a lot of the appearances have been around where I grew up in Kentucky. So like London, Kentucky, Barberville. I think there was one from Middlesboro. All of those areas in southeastern Kentucky, you're getting these clown sightings, and the ladies that I work with at my day job, they've been following this because they're all terrified of clowns, and I keep telling them that we're actually experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime event where it's the, you know, a transcontinental clown migration. And they're just, you know, they're just trying to go to the north. They're migrating north. That's, you know, what's the big deal? You know, all clown lives matter, Eric. All clown lives matter.
Yikes.
That's an interesting take on it, Todd. I have not heard that one, I don't think.
Fuzzy Lumpkin does point out that Google searches for clown porn have gone through the roof since it started. As the Broken 101 says that that they read on Facebook that there's supposed to be a clown purge the night before Halloween.
Clown purge, as in the purge.
Yeah, you know what a clown purge is.
I do.
If anyone's wanting to know, you know, my take on it.
What was that supposed to be?
Oh, that's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for
tonight. When this thing is over, I'm going out.
That's I think we should have given everybody in the chat a trigger warning, I think. Cuz
Don't get shot, Eric.
Yeah, please don't get shot.
Didn't one of the clowns get shot or something? I really haven't been following this, but I could swear I heard about.
One of them got stabbed. Like, I guess I look at it this way. You have these good old boys thinking that they're going to be funny and dressing up as clowns, and then going out into the woods in the deep south. That's a really dumb thing to do, because you will get shot. You will get shot.
Spoiler alert! Don't talk. You know, I've got plans tonight. Vatina says Vatina's pointing out that they're threatening kids at school, putting the kids in lockdown. I'd be curious to hear how that is going down with, you know, like, are they showing up on school campus, or are they just in the woods? Because I'll hear things like clowns are summoning children into the woods or whatever. But yeah, I'm curious to hear how that's going down. And then me and Frodo points out we're having clown isolated incidents in Canberra now. The zombie walk is on soon, so it'll be clown versus zombies, as it should. As it should be.
Tony and I were having a conversation about clowns recently when he visited me for the weekend to help me package up all the Moon Hill stuff. We were going over to Pizza Hut to pick up some pizzas, and I looked at him and I said, Tony, you know, I ate a clown once. He tasted funny.
I think my reaction just now was the same one I had that day.
His reaction was priceless, because for a split second, there was just, he believed me. And then the rest of it was just pure disappointment. It was, you know, he was so disappointed in me that he dove out of the car and tried to run away, but I had to capture him and tag him and keep him in my basement for the weekend.
By the way, you told me you were gonna take this thing off. Is that? When are you gonna do that?
You're a precipice author now. You're mine, bitch.
Amelia says that they put the schools on lockdown here, and that's because it's related to social media threats. Are those social media threats like are they clown specific, or is it just assholes that are using the clown thing? I mean, I'm curious. I'm really curious about this. You know, hopefully this isn't just a pop culture moment. I'm just remembering from my Juggalo days, which I really don't talk about very much, you know, that this is something that, I'm just kidding. I was never a Juggalo.
Did your Juggalo days end when you discovered deodorant?
You know, yeah, I'm curious about it. I'm always fascinated by this.
Yeah,
my knowledge of the entire trend has been limited to maybe like one or two things that I noticed while I was scrolling through Facebook. I haven't read anything about it. But my reactions went as follows. I saw like early on something about clowns kind of being cited, and my first reaction was, oh, hey, that's pretty funny. You know, it's kind of a cool little, you know, scary kind of pranky kind of thing to do. Great. And then like the next thing I heard was that clowns were following children around and shit. And then I was like, well, no, okay, that's not funny at all. That's fucking terrifying and awful. That was literally the two things I heard and the two reactions, and I don't know what the hell's going on otherwise.
Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting phenomenon to follow on social media, just to see like, okay, where are they popping up now? And it's almost like this mass hysteria occurring where people just feel the need to dress up like clowns and stand menacingly, you know, at the roadside and beckon to people or follow children. And I saw somebody in chat mention that it could be a PR stunt for the upcoming It remake, but the PR teams for those movies have already been questioned by authorities and they've denied it. So if they denied it and they were lying, that's perjury. That's a huge no-no. So,
dude, if you're dressing up in clown suits and hanging out at the edge of school property, perjury is the last thing you're fucking
that's true. That's very true.
Also, if it was a PR stunt, the second it went bad, which it already has, they would have ended it, you know? I don't think they would have continued on seeing that, you know, people getting shot and kids being tracked or grabbed or whatever's been going on with it. Plus, it would have just been really, really, really bad judgment on their part to allow that kind of thing as a PR stunt at all.
Well, I kind of feel like it is the icing on the proverbial cake for this year. You know, we have all these amazing celebrities and musicians and artists who have passed away. We have this ridiculous election going on in our country, and now we have fucking clowns.
It is oddly, it seems like it fits perfectly for the year. You're right.
I'm gonna step out on a limb here. You know, all the thing about the celebrities that are just died in 2016, making 2016 like some cursed year. I'm calling bullshit on it. You know, all these people are old anyway. They start getting famous. You know, people that are getting famous in the 60s and 70s, it's time for them. You know, they're dying. They die. That's what happens to people, you know, at a certain age. And they're just now getting, you know, they're just now starting to shuffle off. I don't think this year is too much crazier than any other year when it comes to celebrities. I mean, that's just me. I don't think 2016 is some big haunted year. I think it's a fun one. I like the clown shit. You know, call me crazy.
Okay, you're crazy. Sorry, that was too easy. You told me to call you crazy.
Some of these guys, let's be honest, some of these guys, they gotta go before they really start to suck. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, Police was great. It was a great band, but Sting should have died 6 years ago. You know? Still out there, though. Fucking eating kale, talking about Kama Sutra. Putting out shitty music. But, I mean, Bono? You know?
Yeah, I would have been happy to see Bono go. I think half the world would have been happy to see Bono go.
You know, all those you know, saving the world doesn't win you any Grammys, buddy. Come on, go.
I'm a little distraught here because ERYK kind of buried the lead. Are you saying we all die at some point?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, you're toast. Like I said, we already discussed shallow graves.
Oh
We're all
man.
destined for shallow graves.
Oh no.
What was our
You
friend,
just-
it's all one ghetto, man. It's all one big gutter in outer space.
Oh, I got that chicken back. You know, that chicken, yeah. Thanks for the chicken, Priscilla. Thank you. I use that chicken a lot. I actually have a meme that I pass on in text with me riding that chicken that says, I'm on my way, just in case anybody ever asks me where I am.
You're on your way with you riding a chicken.
Yep.
Nice. That's a good photo of you. It's very becoming.
I just lost half of the money that I probably earned in a future crowdfunding thing by saying fuck Bono.
I was just gonna say you lost half the audience there with that one.
You know, I'm gonna echo that. Fuck Bono. I can't stand that guy. Sorry.
Hashtag fuck Bono. Yes, Angel Otter, yes. I lost David Bowie, so I don't care who goes next, right?
Yeah, I
That's
agree
what
with
scared
that.
me the other day. I know a whole bunch of you literary snobs were all freaking out about Bob Dylan winning the fucking Nobel. But, like, me personally, it's about time, you know? And then number two, when I woke up and there was a whole bunch of Bob Dylan on my timeline, I was like, no, not him too. But, you know, let's be honest. Bob Dylan of these days ain't Bob Dylan of yesterday. So, you know, I'm glad he lived to see that Nobel. But you know what? 2017 is going to be a fucking beast too. You know what? I've got a Deadpool working right now, you know. Got some major points this year, but man, 2017 is looking good for my Deadpool.
Yeah.
Are any of the Geeky Writers on the Deadpool?
One of you are.
One?
Mhm.
Oh man. My cholesterol is pretty high. I don't know, is it me?
And I'm just going to say this. I get results.
Oh fuck.
What about you guys out there that are watching? Is there who's in your Deadpool for the rest of 2016?
I'm gonna.
Who's that celebrity that you just think needs to fucking shuffle the fuck off? Don't say Bieber.
Pat Robertson.
Really?
Yeah.
You need people like that. You need them on that wall, dude. You want them
Fuck
on
Pat
that wall.
Robertson. That motherfucker can die in a goddamn fire. That's all I'm saying. I went there.
I don't know who that is.
Bless his heart.
Wow.
Give Bono a lumpkin. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hashtag give Bono a lumpkin.
Give Bono a lumpkin. I am gonna agree with Amelia. I think there are better recipients than Dylan on that Nobel Award, but whatever.
I mean, whoever they give it to is who they give it to, but I do think Bob Dylan. For instance, just to make it personal, my second novel, hashtag, was almost completely inspired by Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited. Almost completely. You can look down the line. If you're familiar with the album, you read the book, you're gonna see things that, I mean, quite frankly, let's just say it, I fucking stole them. But I gave credit in the opening dedication. It says to Lana, if not for you. That was because they wouldn't let me the publisher wouldn't let me put Bob Dylan lyrics in the opening dedication, so I snuck it in there for if not for you, because that's a Bob Dylan song. So, you know, I couldn't have written it without my wife, but I couldn't have conceived it without Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited. So I think that's who Bob Dylan is. And quite frankly, you know, I've heard all of the arguments against him, but one of the ones I heard for him came from Leonard Cohen, and a great musician on his own. Leonard Cohen said, giving Bob Dylan the Nobel is a lot like someone giving Mount Everest an award for being the highest mountain. I was like, Jesus Christ. Next year, Leonard Cohen wins the fucking Nobel. That's a really, really great quote from another great musician.
See, I would rather have seen the Nobel go to Leonard Cohen than Bob Dylan.
Well, that's just bullshit, is what that is. That's,
Okay,
that's
well
my
that's
comment.
fair. I am not a Bob
Bullshit.
Dylan fan. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm
And
not.
the truth comes out.
I also don't like Bono, and I'm not a Star
Yeah.
Wars fan. So fuck you.
I'm okay with the other two.
But yeah, I
Big
think
Dylan though.
I would say Leonard Cohen would be a far more worthy recipient of that award than Bob Dylan. But that's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have one.
That's what they keep saying. That's what everyone keeps saying, but I don't know if that's really true.
Oh,
I'd
we
like to
lost
throw
a
something
viewer.
out.
We
Not to change the
lost a
subject, but
viewer.
I'd like to throw something out that was brought up a little earlier. Maybe we can refresh it. But yeah, it was. I think we owe this conversation to Amelia that they're asking for the Precipice cookbook.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I'm not really sure what... Okay, Tom Waits. Yes, Jeff Fox. Alright, that's another good one.
Nobody knows who that is. Tom Waits needs another 25 years before anybody gives a shit about Tom Waits. You know what he is? He's the funny guy from... Was he in Fisher King? Was that him, or did I confuse him?
He played the devil. He played the devil in something, but anyway, the cookbook.
Bob Dylan deserved it.
Fuck Bob Dylan.
No, fuck you.
He sounds like a dying lawnmower. That's my Bob Dylan impression. There you go.
Alright, back to the cookbook. Back to the cookbook. Yeah.
So... Cookbook. I'm looking at this cookbook. When are you publishing your cookbook? Because if you post one more picture of a flawless baked good, I might eat my smartphone.
Oh, because of the shit, because I'm always posting, like, food and shit. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. And then she says that there needs to be a Precipice cookbook.
That should be Tony's blog. Tony's food blog is food and shit.
Food and shit. Both ends of the spectrum in one place.
This is the food when I cook it. This is the food.
This is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. This is what it looks like after it comes out. The end.
Nice.
We just lost 4 viewers.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, I thought that was a pretty good conversation we were having about food and shit.
No, I'm totally down for a cookbook. By the way, I'd love to contribute. I wrote FOODIE, so I know how to talk about.
Well, see, I have a thing about doing a cookbook. I'm not a good cook. So whatever I would contribute would actually be my wife's contribution.
Can I just chime in here for a
for
second,
that.
Todd?
Dude, people would be down for that.
What's that, Tony?
That just reminded me of the most absurd moment when I was at your house.
Oh God, I fucking know what you're gonna say. I fucking know what you're gonna say.
We were packing boxes, and it got around lunchtime, and then we were getting hungry. So we said, we had Pizza Hut pizza from the night before, and, Todd said, I'll heat it up. I said I'd microwave. He said, no, we'll do it in the oven. We'll do it right. And I was like, all right, that's fine. It's better in the oven when you heat up pizza. So he walks into the kitchen. 5 seconds later, he walks out of the kitchen. He goes, you know what? I better get Erica to do this. I don't want to fuck it up. You don't want to fuck up reheating pizza.
Yeah.
Todd, my friend,
Look.
Todd,
Look.
how to reheat
Look.
pizza.
Erica does the cooking. It's not. I am a terrible cook. I fucked up Hamburger Helper. Okay. I'm also a little bit OCD, so my own head gets in the way, and yeah, that happened. All right, that happened, and I'm a bad cook, and it was an absurd moment, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm falling into a fucking stereotype, but that's me. It's not good. I acknowledge it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, internet. And back to you, Eric.
Man, okay. I want to bring up one thing while we're talking about Todd's awkwardness. Hopefully Jeff Fox is still on here. But yeah, when you were at your at the Nikon, I remember I followed some of those posts. They were pretty funny. But like one of the posts that I thought was probably the most true and is you haven't made it until Jeff Fox makes a meme out of you.
That is the damn truth.
Let's discuss that. Let's break that one down. That's probably fucking right. That dude is the boss of memes, right?
Yes, I agree.
And one of the best ones that we've seen, hopefully somebody's going to share it, is this single white female.
I have that on my phone, actually.
that is epic.
Yeah.
So talk about that. You met Joe Hill.
I did meet Joe Hill. I have a funny.
You behaved yourself somewhat?
I have two funny stories about meeting Joe Hill. So all weekend, and Amelia, if Mercedes were here, she would, also have her 2 cents to add because Mercedes was there that weekend. But Amelia in chat was also there that weekend. I was nervous as fuck about meeting Joe Hill, and the reason is because a week before I went to Nikon, my editor at Crystal Lake Publishing, Joe Maynard, he contacts me and he says, "Are you going to that conference where Joe Hill's gonna be?" And I said, "Yeah." Why? He's like, "Would you ask him to contribute to one of our upcoming anthologies?" And I'm like, "What? What? What? Okay, yeah, sure." So, good night, Bettina. So, me and Nikki Nelson Hicks, who's been on the show before, Nikki was also there. Nikki and I are standing in line, and the line to get to Joe's table on the night that they were signing all the books and stuff was the longest, of course. So we're in line, and I'm building this up in my head because I'm just thinking to myself, I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna catch him outside the line, and I'm gonna bring this up later. I'm just gonna get my book signed and be done with it. That's not what happened. I get up to the table, and he's like, he shakes my hand, and I had two books. I had Heart-Shaped Box and 20th Century Ghosts. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, "Yeah, hi, Mr. Hill. My name's Todd, and I would be in a lot of trouble with my publisher if I didn't bring this up to you. And I realize this is really awkward and strange, but again, if I don't bring this up, I'm going to get in trouble with my publisher. So would you maybe be interested in contributing to an anthology that Crystal Lake Publishing's going to be in? And we have Joe Lansdale, and we have Tim Levin, and we have some other authors." And he's like, "Yeah, I take really long time to write stuff, and I just don't think I could contribute to that right now." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I understand." And it was the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm still kind of embarrassed by it. And so,
dude, we've all seen the first Halloween episode of Geeky Writers. It's not the most awkward thing you've ever done.
Okay, that's true. That's true. And so fast forward 2 days. The Saturday night of Nikon, everybody got pretty fucking smashed. Everybody was drunk. I myself got more drunk than I've been in a long time. Excuse me. And that morning I had a horrible hangover. So all weekend I had been kind of, every time Joe Hill, like, we were on our hotel rooms were on the same hallway. Like, I saw him coming out of his room, I could have stopped and like, "Hey, I got a question for you." But no, I didn't. So all weekend I'm seeing Joe Hill around and around the hotel. And which reminds me, I have another funny story for you as well. No, Amelia was not drunk. I was drunk. That morning, I'm in line for breakfast, and it's me and Joe Hill. Like, Joe Hill comes up next to me, and he's just getting, he's getting scooping eggs onto his plate and bacon and shit, and I'm like, I'm half dead to the world because I'm hungover. And he looks over, and I'm like, "Sup?" And he's like, how's it going? Like, I'm pretty fucking hungover right now. And he's like, that'll do it. Like, well, have a good one. And he kind of goes his on his merry Joe Hill way. Later that day, I did not offer him a fuzzy lumpkin, Eric. Thank you. Later that day, we are going through the dealer's room before they close up shop, and Nikki and I got cornered by a guy named Daryl Schweitzer. He's an author who writes a lot of Lovecraftian fiction and whatnot, but he also is known, and they warned us about this at the newbie meetup that they had at the very beginning of the conference. They warned us that he was a very aggressive salesman because he had his own table there. And we're there, and we're trying to inch away from the table because he's giving us the hard sell. It's like, well, maybe you'll like one of these books. What about this book? Have you seen this book? You should check out this book. It's, I'll cut the price down by $2. And all this shit, and we're like, no, we've already kind of, spent our budget on books and whatnot. And I happened to look over, and Joe Hill's standing there. He was just browsing. And I'm like, hey, Joe, you mind if I get a photo? And he's like, sure, let's do a photo. And that's how the single white female photo came to be. Nikki took that photo. And the third little anecdote I have, the Thursday that I got there, me, Nikki, Amelia, and Brian Kirk, author of We Are Monsters, which I highly recommend, we're all in Amelia's car, and we're going to a gas station to get like snacks and stuff for this potluck that they're doing. And we see this guy walking down the street and on the side of the road. And I'm like, hey, that homeless guy looks like Joe Hill. And there's this pause of recognition, like, fuck, that is Joe Hill. He had walked down to the gas station and was walking back, and you think Stephen King's son would have like a driver or something, I don't know, but that's my Joe Hill story. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
It's like I was hearing it for the first time.
I did the same thing. I was at Bowshicott, and I kept seeing a guy walk around, and I kept calling heavy metal Tom Franklin because it looked like Tom Franklin that all of a sudden went through a heavy metal phase, only to find out it was fucking Tom Franklin. So I looked like an asshole. But yeah, that's what conventions are good for, making an ass of you. So.
Yeah. I also met Bracken McLeod, really nice guy. Does not. Probably one of the nicest guys you could ever meet, but looks incredibly scary. He's bald, got this beard, huge Viking beard, a lot of tattoos. I'm actually reading his book, Stranded, right now. This is really good. Really, really fucking good. Yeah. It's about a...
That's what you're reading right now?
That's what I'm reading right now. I'm kind of... Well, the other book that I'm also reading, I'm kind of going back and forth between this and Ian Rogers' Every House is Haunted. Also a really good collection. While I'm on the topic of books, here's We Are Monsters by Brian Kirk. I just hit my microphone, sorry about that. This book is really good. I read this after I got back from Nikon. Yeah, this is a heavy book. I highly recommend it. Brian Kirk is an incredible writer and a nice guy. That one's for you, Brian. Also read Gemma Files, experimental film, which this won the Shirley Jackson a month or so ago. This book is very creepy. It's a slow burner, which may put off a lot of people, but I enjoyed this quite a bit. And also, I'm going to be honest, so far, The Fisherman by John Langan is probably the best book I've read this year.
Oh, wow.
This book is incredible. If you like cosmic horror, this is your ticket right here.
Nice.
I could not put this book down. And I can't say that about a lot of books.
Oh, I'm writing it down. I've been reading the what's the Ed Kurtz?
Oh, The Rib with Which I Remake the World by Ed Kurtz.
Yeah,
I have that
one.
actually. I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm an Ed Kurtz fan, of course. I've got a few of his books on here. If there's one thing he's really good at, it's dropping you down in the middle of a different time and different place, and just absorbing, just inundating you with all of the detail, but not making it seem like a big data dump. Over here on my bookshelf, I've got the 42, and all of a sudden you're in like sleazy 1970s New York City, and he does it in a way that you smell the smells, you see the sights. And so his Rib with Which I Remake the World, it's he's dropping you into pre-World War II Arkansas, and in the middle of a hygiene show that just absolutely goes wrong. And it's great. It's like the old Something Wicked This Way Comes, but for adults. It's really, really good. And I've been trying to read more horror stuff, some more Jack Ketchum stuff for October, because this is my favorite month of the year. I love to try to read something that's a little scary. What I am looking for is a good horror film. Especially if it's something I can get on Netflix or something that I can rent. I would really love it, because I think I've burnt myself out on them. I think I've seen all the good ones. So anybody that's got a good horror book or a good horror film, I'd love to see it in the comments.
Okay.
I recommend, in terms of horror films, one of the best ones I've seen. I guess you could call it horror. It's sort of, I don't know, maybe more thriller, but it's called Green Room. The Green Room.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
same.
I've seen that one. That one's really good.
Oh, you saw it already.
Yeah, I did. That one's really the same guy that made Blue Ruin.
Blue Ruin and Murder Party.
Yeah, it's great. You can catch a little cameo of Broken River Books editor-in-chief J. David Osborne in a crowd scene. It's great. Name dropping. But no, that's a really, really good. That's a good one.
It was hugely effective. It really, I was thinking about that movie for probably a couple weeks after I watched it, and it's hard with that. I watch a lot of shit, so it's hard for something to stick with me. That stuck with me for a while. It was very uncomfortable at times. It was really good.
I would recommend. Well, on Netflix, I'm always gonna recommend Banshee Chapter to people who haven't seen it. You've seen that one, Tony.
Yeah, that was that movie that it was one of the first movies that actually creeped me out to the point where I was walking around outside at night with no flashlight. And I was scared.
Yeah.
It really got under my skin a lot more than I expected it to, especially because it's kind of like that found footage style of shooting that I'm not a big fan of.
But it's not entirely like that, though.
Yeah, it switched over. I think you're the one who got me to watch it again. I think that's when I started to watch, and then I stopped when I saw it was found footage, and you're like, no, dude, watch it. So I went back.
Yeah, ERYK Banshee Chapter is kind of like... It's kind of like a retelling of H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond, but focusing on the experiments that the CIA did on people back in the 60s, MK Ultra and DMT and all that stuff, and number stations, but with a Lovecraftian angle.
Nice.
Yeah, it's that was produced by Zachary Quinto, actually. He was one of the producers on that.
Nice.
Called Banshee Chapter.
I just wrote that down. Anybody that's got any suggestions for me for the rest of the
have you seen The Witch?
I'm still stuck on the old ones, like The Crazies, the remake of the George Romero. I just love that.
I liked that remake. I liked the remake.
I love that remake. I'm crazy. There's a few too many jump scares, but outside of that, it's a good solid. Yeah.
Good night, Priscilla.
Night, Priscilla. Thanks for the chicken.
Have you seen The Witch?
What?
The Witch.
The Witch, yeah, I saw that.
What'd you think of that? I'm curious.
It was a snoozer. You know?
Really? Definitely a slow
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah, it was just, you know, you got a good payoff at the end. And you know what I thought that was a good slow one that gave a brilliant payoff was The Invitation.
Oh, I loved that movie. That movie was
Jesus Christ.
incredible.
There were some parts in there where you're just like you're kind of wanting to push fast forward, but like the ending shot to The Invitation paid off everything.
Yeah.
So The Invitation, there's another movie called Coherence, which I'm really, you know, especially the production value they got out. I watched the making of Coherence and I was like, holy shit, you guys really did that with, you know, the budget and the manpower that they had. That was amazing. So I was into both of those. They're both dinner party movies. I am into, you know, spoiler alert, the Jack Off, the book coming out by Polish Books in October 2017 has a strong cult influence. So I'm a big fan of these movies and books that like kind of look towards the you know, cult behavior. So The Invitation, get it, dude. That's a good one if
Yeah.
you're looking for a good creepy Halloween movie.
That was a good one.
So,
Jeff Fox asked, have you ever seen High Tension, the 2003 French
Yes.
film?
Yes, Jeff. The opening scene of a man giving himself masturbating inside the head of a severed, you know, inside
Yeah.
a severed head has stuck with me for a long time.
I was with High Tension and enjoyed it up until I started to realize that it's a ripoff of Dean Koontz's Intensity. Almost scene for scene, that movie is a ripoff of Intensity, which is one of my favorite Koontz novels, so maybe I'm not the target audience there. But, yeah.
Eric, have you seen The Sacrament?
I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
That's a Ty West film, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've seen that one.
I only thought of that one because you were saying you were into the cult stuff, and that one is sort of a...
Yes, I've seen that one. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Good one.
I liked it, except that it was also, you know, following the Jim Jones story play by play. Like, every single thing that happened in that film is exactly what happened at the down in New Guinea or wherever it was with the Jim Jones cult.
It's not my favorite of his, of Ty West's, but it was a good movie. Before it
You
gets
know, that's another one. That's another point too. That's another thing. But that's interesting. That you're right, Todd. Yeah, that is a good movie, and it is a play-by-play of the Jim Jones. I've recently looked at the New York Times book, The Girls. I read it over the summer, which is a play-by-play of the Mansons. And with both stories, you know, both The Sacrament and The Girls, it's like you want to get something new. You know, you want to have something new besides, you know, if you're gonna do play-by-play but rename the cult, you know, just make it the cult. You know, just make, instead of The Girls, don't make it a new person and change their name. Make it Charles Manson and the Manson family. You know,
Yeah.
and the Sacrament, don't make it a new cult when we know it's Jonestown. Make it Jim Jones and Jonestown. You know, either that or do your own thing. You know, I'll be hypercritical because I did do a lot of work for my upcoming novel by Polish Books in October 2017. Well, the Jack Off.
Tony, what were you gonna say?
are we giving anything away?
We can.
I'm down.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. We could give away an ebook. I don't know. I only thought that because you said you were giving us something away, Eric, or were you joking? There was a
No. I would like to give away an ARC. I hear they're called ARCs, but you know, they spelled ARC. The Fast Women in Neon Lights, the 80s inspired crime fiction. Nobody's got it yet. It's coming out on November the 1st. Right now, again, I remind you, it's currently 99 cents to pre-order. When it's ready to go, it's $3.99, $4.99, whatever it is. But it is 80s inspired stories from some really great crime fiction authors.
What's it
like
called
Sean
again?
Crosby. It's Fast Women and Neon Lights, 80s inspired neon noir, and it's edited by the great Michael Poole.
I'm pre-ordering this right now.
He's it's 99 cents right now as a pre-order. As soon as it becomes legal to buy it, it's like $3.99 or $4.99. So you can get it tonight for 99 cents. It's but my story that I've written in it is called Morning Again in Lake Castor, which is a play on the old Reagan campaign. And if you're familiar at all with my stories, DIRTBAGs and HASHTAG, the novels, they take place in a town called Lake Castor. It's a town that was decimated when the village mill went out of business. Well, this one takes place in the 80s when the mill is alive and up and running. And so check it out. Anyway, I've got an ARC, an advanced reader copy, to give away. We do ask that give us a review on Amazon so that we can kind of help get it out there. But I'd never know how to make the giveaway happen. So if you have an example, like if you have a suggestion, like a funny meme or whatever, I'm all for it. But I have one to give away. So tell me how to award it.
Okay. Shit.
I've read it. It's really, really good. It's worth it. So
how should we do the giveaway?
Who are you asking? I don't know.
I'm asking in general, like.
Usually, I'm just asking Jeff Fox. He knows everything. But yeah, I don't know.
All right. Tell you what, folks. I will post a link. Well, I will post in the event page for Facebook. I'll post the link to that in the YouTube chat. Basically just comment and we'll pick a winner for the arc of the anthology Eric was just talking about, and we will also be giving away an ebook copy of Greetings from Moon Hill by Anthony J. Rapino, which we still have lovely hardcovers of, by the way. We have, I believe, 12 copies left in stock. And these are going pretty fast. They're $35 plus shipping and handling. And once they're gone, they're gone. This is a limited run of 101 copies. So we also have the ebook, though, which we're giving away. The ebook is also for sale on Amazon right now for $6.99. And if you've read it, please leave us a review. Tell us what you thought. Because we're trying to get to 20 reviews right now. We're currently at 6 reviews. So you guys could read it, tell us what you think, be honest, give us an honest review. I'd really appreciate that. But I'm going to post on the event page in just a moment and just make a comment there. We'll randomly choose a winner for each reward. Sound good, guys?
Sounds good to me. I already posted it, but we can post it again.
Damn it, Tony.
Yeah.
These are not the results I was looking for.
These are not
Why?
the results you're looking for.
I don't even see your post.
No. I in the chat box I put the link to the Facebook page.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Someone talk.
So,
keep them engaged while I do this.
I was looking around at the links and stuff. Yeah, I will echo what Todd was just saying. If any of you have read the book and feel like even if one sentence review on Amazon, it really helps with the rankings and all that kind of stuff, so people can see it. And again, that would be very helpful. I was thinking, I know, Eric, that you were asking for recommendations for Halloween and horror stuff. Do you have any that you could recommend to us that you have already watched for like Halloween season?
Yeah, I love Halloween stuff.
I love it. I mean,
Right.
I talk about this stuff so much that people, I'm sure, already realize like my lame like I get like I turn into a child this time of year. So as much as I love like real horror, the really scary, creepy stuff, this time of year I kind of revert a little bit and end up watching Garfield's Halloween Adventure and Peanuts. Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin, Pete and Pete's episode of called Halloweeny. I watch a lot of like that kind of stuff. And like basically any movie that takes place on Halloween. So Murder Party is a good one that's kind of lighthearted, but has a lot of cool gore effects and stuff in it. And I just bought like Hocus Pocus and Ernest Scared Stupid. I mean, I really revert back to like an 11-year-old child when I hit October. Like even the books I'm reading, you guys are recommending all these amazing new horror titles. I'm sitting here, I'm reading, The Halloween Tree and Something Wicked This Way Comes and things like that.
Which is a great book.
Great book.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with the book, but it is it's where my mind goes immediately, I think, just to all the childhood things. I keep looking off to my side because I'm checking my stack of movies, what I'm planning on watching next. I got more over there. Do you guys watch like the Roseanne Halloween episodes and the what other ones? They have that like the old TV Halloween specials has like I Dream of Jeannie and all that kind of stuff.
I'm getting echo from someone.
I'm getting an echo in one.
I bet I know who it is.
I bet I know who it is.
Wow.
Good times, guys.
So, what was I gonna say? I completely forgot. It's gone.
You were about to endorse a candidate for president. You were talking about how you couldn't wait to talk about politics.
Oh yeah, that's totally it. Vote for me.
VP.
Yep.
So you have it. Our giveaways, that's handled. You got it. Right,
Yeah,
boss?
that has been posted.
I know that I see Jeff has asked about Halloween Noir, which is a question that I'm really excited about. I'd like to know the answer myself. That part of that Word Crimes podcast episode that I have posted both in the comments of the YouTube page and on Facebook involve my Halloween Noir contribution. It's a reading read by Emmy-nominated ERYK Bietner of my story "Levee Can't Moan," which I don't know how many people are familiar with the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. But it was a horrible event on many different implications. But one of the things that was really bad about it was involved race relations. So in this, not only that the waters are rising, not only are there a bunch of racist assholes out there, but there's concerns much bigger and much more dangerous out there on the levee than rising waters and and racist assholes. So hopefully you'll check out that story. He did a great job narrating. It's perfect for a long drive at night. It's about 17 minutes, and I've posted the link. That's my Halloween Noir contribution. I'd love to find others, but let's be honest. We're talking about me right now. So that's where it is. Click on the link.
I'm gonna click away from your face now because that was creeping me out.
No, don't click away, baby. Come on.
No, now it's on Tony, which is creeping me out even more.
Come on. You're in the middle of this three-way. Come on, Todd. Take it.
I'm just gonna look at myself now. No, that's also creepy. I can't win. I can't win. Oh,
Now
I
you know
remember
how
what
our
I was
viewers
gonna
feel.
ask. I remember what I was gonna ask. Tony, are you going to update your YouTube playlist for the Halloween programming and stuff from like the old television shows? You had them all on a playlist last year.
Yeah, they're still there. I updated it. I updated it enough to like delete the stuff that is no longer available. I haven't added anything to it yet. It's a little late. I wasn't really planning on it, but I might still go through and throw some new stuff on there.
You should do that because Erica and I actually watched that for at least an hour and a half last year, just watching all the different shows and the commercials. It was a lot of fun. I liked it.
If you only watch for an hour and a half, I think there's a lot more on there anyway that you wouldn't have seen. You know,
Really?
there's like at least a few hours worth of stuff on there, I think.
Okay.
Fuzzy Lumpkin's asking about a book tour. Who's on a book tour? Anybody planning anything?
Not me.
No. I kind of feel like Tony and I have done all this campaigning over the summer that we're kind of just fried right now.
Let me take the horns on this one.
Yeah, you do that.
Boys, girls, I am excited because I'm trying to keep it down, but like, hey, this Polish book thing is going to be a lot of fun. These guys are going to get my book out there. They're really going to work, and I have planned. They said it's going to come out in October 2017. I've started saving now. I've started budgeting. Yes, I'm going to go on a book tour. I've already told my boss, October of 2017, I'm just off of work. It's going to be international. I'm going to BoucherCon, which is in Toronto, in October 2017. And then I'm going to drive there and I'm going to drive back. On the way, I'm hoping this film is ready. You know what I mean? And I'm going to book every bookstore between here and Toronto and all the way back. I'm going to book every music venue, every bar, and show this film. We're just going to have a big party. So October 2017, I'm going to ask all of you, let's, get a couple days off of work. If you know somebody that's got a joint, got a bookstore, got a bar that wants to show a film, somebody that's got a screen, any kind of party between here and Toronto and back, holler at me because I'm saving my money now. Like, I'm just not going to work. I'm just going to party for an entire month because ain't that what life is supposed to be about? Party.
Yeah.
So
hey,
let's do that. Let's
do that. I'll see about getting you a venue in and around Reading, PA, so we can finally meet up. You're welcome to crash at my place. Tony can drive down.
By the way, that's the other thing. You can help stretch my money by giving me a couch.
Yeah, you're welcome to couch surf here, dude.
But October 2017 is going to be the party that I've waited my entire life for. Everything that I've worked for, everything, October 2017. So 1 year from now, if those of you listening, if we haven't met, guess what? You're going to hear it scratching at your door. Let me in. Let me in. You commented on a YouTube link one time. Let me in your house. It's going to be a fucking party.
Let me in. Just let me into your house. I just want in. Just let me in. I need this. I need this.
Right there.
Shh. Let it happen. Just let it happen.
Right there.
You have no idea how awful this is with the earbuds in your ears. It sounds like you're right there. It's
I'm just glad we could spend this time together, Tony. I needed this. I need this.
All right, we got 11 minutes left.
11 minutes, folks. Get those posts in. Enter for a chance to win an ERYK.
How does it work? How does it work?
I'm just going to do a random drawing.
Okay, so you have it. Okay. Post here. Okay. All right, I found it. It's on Facebook, ladies and girls, and the rest of you.
Yeah, Jeff Fox, you like the quiet style, don't you? Yeah.
By the way, I'm just gonna throw this out there. This is probably absolutely unprofessional, but you know. So I am supposed to rename this novel from the Jack Off. I'm supposed to, and I've just been racking my brain. You know, something that the ladies and gentlemen at Barnes and Nobles will, and I have to consider them. I do have to consider them. What's gonna get Barnes and Noble to carry my book? So you know, if you wanted a Jack Off light, you know, a Jack Off light, yeah, throw it out there. Throw it out there.
Have you
may say
have you
something
considered the jerk off?
The jerk off. I don't know if for Barnes and Noble customers, if there's a difference. You know, I was actually thinking JOI. Y'all ever heard of JOI? Anybody? Tony, I know you have. But like anybody else, heard of JOI? Google it. Google it.
I'm afraid to Google it.
Don't be afraid. Let it in. JOI. This is your ERYK PRUITT JOI right here. Google ERYK PRUITT JOI.
The letters JOI?
Yeah. ERYK PRUITT, capital letters, JOI. See what happens.
I'm afraid.
I can't believe I'm gonna do this.
Are you gonna Google it?
Everybody, ERYK PRUITT, JOI. Enough people move up, Google it, becomes a movement.
I'm just coming up with your website.
Really?
Yeah.
ERYK PRUITT, JOI. Huh.
Oh, safe search is on. That's probably why.
Yeah, turn that shit off. Okay, well just Google JOI. But anyway, on your own free time, because we're here doing a giveaway. Todd?
Yeah. So, what are we doing? We're trying to help you rename your book.
Oh, me and Frodo has pointed out that October 2017 has a Friday the 13th. Good job, me and Frodo.
JOI is POV porn, according to Amelia. Is it really?
Should have known it had something to do with porno.
God damn it. I'm probably on some fucking list now, Eric. Thank you.
Oh, you're on a list, buddy.
Yeah, tell me more about the list.
No, you're on a list.
Tell me more about the list. I need this. Tell me more about the list.
You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
Invisible Productions suggested Touch and Dick.
Invisible Productions, by the way, is the producer of the movie Where We're Meant to Be, in which I star as an angry brunch waiter who affects the loves and lives of many people. So it's winning awards on the indie film circuit right now. I'm not lying about this. This is the truth. Someone actually cast me in a fucking movie.
That's an adventure, I guess. Casting you in a film.
Life's an adventure. Get on it.
Jeff Fox, oh my god. Did you see that?
The JOI.
Oh, Jeff. Jeff Fox, man. Wow.
Dude, he's a keeper, ain't he?
He is. The JOI of cooking. That's great. I'm
gonna write it down, and tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what this means, but I'm keeping it.
The JOI of cooking.
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Oh, Z-Dubs threw his hat into the ring for the giveaway. He's posting the Z-Dubs face.
It's his own face.
That is his O face. Alright, couple more minutes, folks, and then I'm gonna pick winners, and then we're gonna call it a night on the broadcast. So, get on that. We want to give stuff away to you.
Get on it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
I think we have 7 right now. If you want to just use like the number generator thing, it'll probably be easiest.
Hold on a second. I just want to call attention to something that my editor Amelia just commented and said. There's already a sperm cookbook. Hashtag more things editors know. Why do you fucking know this? Why do you know this? How did you come across this information?
Like a
You have to
cookbook
thank
for
them for
sperm?
this tireless work out there. You know, you have to. You know, don't ask.
I mean, what? Just what? So disgusted. Like, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? She knows all. Of course you do, my dear. Of course you do. Amelia knows best. I need that on a shirt.
Is it really true now, though? Because I feel like Amelia knows the worst.
It's called Natural Harvest.
What?
Subtitle: A collection of semen-based recipes. Just...
Oh my god.
I got
That-
nothing. I have nothing for that. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that, really.
It's close to the revelation I had when I found out that there was such a thing as breast milk cheese.
God, it sounds good.
Breast
I
milk
believe, if I
cheese.
remember correctly, there was a restaurant in New York that was making cheese out of breast milk.
It
There was
doesn't
some kind
surprise
of health code
me.
violation or something.
Of
What?
course, it's in fucking New York.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Wow. All right, folks. I'm gonna do a random giveaway here.
Ooh yeah.
How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Tony doesn't count. 5.
JWoww
6,
cooking. I mean, it's just so
7.
fucking genius. That's so fucking genius.
It really is, isn't it?
On so many levels. I'm sorry,
All right.
I'm just getting half of it right now.
The first giveaway for the arc of Fast Women and Neon Lights goes to number 3, which is Emma Kate McDonald. Emma,
Nice.
you have won an arc of Fast Women and Neon Lights, which features a story by our very own ERYK PRUITT. ERYK will send you a message and get your information so he can send you the arc. So ERYK, she's the one who posted the picture of Tony's book with all the sculptures and stuff.
Nice.
So if you can get in touch with her.
Trying to do it right now.
And the next one is number 5. Crystal Leffler, you have won an ebook copy of Anthony J. Rapino's Greetings from Moon Hill. Thank you for playing. I will be in touch with you shortly to send you that ebook. So, I think that's it for the night, guys. I guess Mercedes has decided to ditch us for her dad.
The nerve.
I know,
I mean,
God.
really, what the hell? Like, what the hell? You know, you went to Stalker and all of a sudden, fuck everybody. You know, fuck everybody else.
I mean, it's not like the guy drove, 8 hours to see her. He only drove 7 hours.
It was 7. It was 7.
The nerve of him to show up early. God.
It was 7.
How
It's
terrible.
only 7 hours.
All right. Yep. It's time for me to eat dinner.
All right, so thank you
we're
again.
supposed to go. Let's go around the room and talk about what's coming up next, real quick.
All right.
Just so, because that's important. That's
Well,
our job.
Tony, we'll
Literally.
start with you.
It's our
We'll start
job.
with you on that.
Start with me on what's coming up.
Yeah, just
what's
whatever
up?
you
Like,
got
where
going
Where
on.
folks find us? Let's do the thing.
Empty the
Alright,
book and ask for reviews, Tony. Do it. Do it.
Do the results, motherfucker.
Results, Tony.
I'm going to get results. That's what's coming up next. Get results. I am going to try to sell some copies of Moon Hill, and I'm working on. You know what? I do have a thing. I have a thing to show you. Speaking of clowns and such, my Christmas sale for the Candy Corn Apocalypse is going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh shit! I forgot
is
all about
my-
that.
Yeah, I kind of let that slide for a little too long. So my Killer Clown bust will be on sale finally for Christmas, I hope. And I'm also hoping to maybe possibly do some more trick-or-treat lollipops, because a bunch of people said they missed out and were disappointed in that. So trying to get that going. And besides that, I'm working on some short stories, hopefully get some stuff out in the world, but that's about it.
Right on. Eric.
Yes,
Buddy.
sir. Yes, sir. ERYK Pruitt. I'm at ERYKPruitt.com. ERYKPRUITT.com. I'm the author of books DIRTBAGS and HASHTAG. My next book comes out in October 2017 by Polish Books, tentatively titled The Jackoff. I've got 2 short stories rolling right now. One in Mama Tried, which is outlaw fiction. It's called I'm the Only Hell My Mom Ever Raised. And the next one is coming up in Fast Women and Neon Lights, 80s inspired neon noir, edited by Michael Poole, called It's Morning Again in Lake Castor. The script I wrote for the film Keepsake, directed by Meredith Sousey, is currently winning awards right now across the United States in film festivals. My scripts, I've written 3 scripts for the YouTube series Made to Order, which are fun and having a good time. And my movie Going Down Slow, which I'm hoping to direct this fall, early winter. Guess what? You guys talked me into a crowdfunding campaign, so you'll hear about it shortly. My podcast, The Crime Scene, the episode co-hosted by S.W. Loudon, called Series in Crime Fiction, is rolling right now. We're about to do Texas as fuck, and that's going to be coming up next. But you can catch me on Word Crimes it's called an ERYK Off, where Eric Story, Eric Beatner, Eric Arneson, and myself are each narrating each other's stories. Eric Beatner does my story, Levy Can't Moan, which is a great horror piece for October. You want to see me in person? Want to hang out? Guess what? I'm fun. I drink a lot. So on November 5th, I'll be in Richmond at the Noir at the Bar there. And on November 6th, I'll be at New York City at the Shade Bar in Manhattan doing a Trump-inspired crime fiction on the Sunday before the election. So come out for that shit. It's going to be a lot of fun. All of that's on my website, which is, again, ERYKPRUITT.com, ERYKPRUITT.com. Let's hang. All right.
How do I even follow that? I mean, really? Like,
You come out to New York City, goddammit.
God, I've already been
Oh,
to
it
New York
hurts.
so many
It
goddamn
hurts.
times this year. Hi, I'm Todd Keisling, and I wear many hats. I'm a writer. I'm also a publisher. My writing, you can find out more information on that at toddkeisling.com. That's TODDKEISLING.com. Authored a couple of novels, Life Transparent and The Liminal Man, and my short story collection, Ugly Little Things was recently taken out of print, as it will be republished next year through Crystal Lake Publishing. That will be available in ebook and paperback. So I'm also a publisher, and I published Tony's collection, Greetings from Moon Hill, which again I've shilled many times on this show, but I'm going to do it one more time. This is a beautiful hardcover that we just published, and we have only 12 copies of these left. There will only be 101 total that are printed. This is a one-time print run. This is a very limited edition. They're $35, and they're going fast. So if you want one, hit up precipicebooks.storeenvy.com. You can also find information on purchasing at precipicebooks.com. So that's all for now, I think. Am I forgetting anything?
Worship Satan, man.
Worship Satan.
The fuck out of it.
Drive fast, take chances, and worship Satan, kids.
Worship
Have
the
a-
fuck out of it.
Have a good
Grab
evening.
some pussy while
Thank
you're
you.
out there. Grab it.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. We appreciate it as always. And until next time, the Geeky Writer Gang is out. Good night. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.